I'm going to try to give you the easiest and most simple example, something that you can see for yourself without going into too much detail about what confirmation bias and selective bias looks like. So, confirmation bias would be something like, I have this six-sided die here. I'm going to say, if I tap this die twice, it will land on a 4. And it lands on a 4. Now, did I actually influence that? No, but that's not quite the confirmation bias. In fact, tap, tap. Wait, I didn't do it right. Tap, tap. 4. See, I can say I tapped it twice. It landed on a 4. I'm confirming my bias by looking at that result and saying that my tapping caused that. Tap, tap. Wait, hold on. I didn't do it right. Tap, tap. Wait. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. I've just not been tapping it right. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. That was a 4. And I say, see, my tapping caused it to land on a 4, ignoring everything else that happened before, which is very close to selective bias, which I'm going to show you here. So that was, the previous one was forming a superstition. I tap the dice, and eventually it will land on a 4. That's just statistically what's going to happen. It's statistically impossible for me to roll this and it not ever land on a 4. But because I'm tapping on it, when it does land on a 4, even when it doesn't, and I use that in my brain, I'm thinking, see, I tapped it. My theory was that if I tapped it twice, it would land on a 4, and then I tapped it twice and it did land on a 4. I just have to ignore the times that it didn't. And so the selective bias is ignoring all of the rest of the results. So I'm going to say, here's 4 die, and I tap, and I don't see any there, but I go, oh, you know what? Tapping twice gives me maybe 1s, or maybe it gives me 6s. So tap, I roll, and I come here, I'm like, well, maybe tapping the dice gives me completely different results. So I'm just like playing around with it and trying to form some kind of information. Wait, there's a 6. Oh, yeah. Tap, tap. So, there is a 6. Oh, then I come over here and I'm like, tap, tap. Wait a minute. Tap, tap. A 1. But these were landing on 6s. Oh, look, a 6. Tap, tap. 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 Oh, look, another 6. So I got 4 6s. But I'm ignoring all of the times and all of the other results where it did not land on a 6 to form some kind of a conclusion based on my hypothesis. What happens when I tap the die twice? What kinds of results can I get? And I'm going to, out of the sample size, only select the results that I'm actually expecting or wanting, or I'm going to form a conclusion, and then I'm going to keep with those patterns until I find the results that I'm looking for, and then I pay attention to that result. I'm like, oh yes, see, yeah, just as I thought. And I'm just going to keep ignoring that, maybe sometimes it doesn't land on that. And I'm going, see, just as I thought. Yes. And I'm going to pay more attention to those and use that data rather than use the data of it never actually landing on the numbers that I was looking for. That's as much as I can dumb it down. Really, this isn't the best way to show this because I'm using a lot of random numbers here, and I'm using these die here, and but I thought it would be, sorry for all the shaking, I thought it would be just kind of a fun little way to explain how people have kind of ignored their biases or their superstitions that they form because they are ignoring data, or they're selecting a small sample size to show or confirm something that enforces their preconceived notions and their bias.